enjoy snow-based levels, and I've talked about a lot of great levels on this channel, and it's actually been quite a bit since I did a deep dive into one. Let's just say I snowed it in or something, or had an avalanche of work, or just did whatever the fuck I want. But let's do it. Let's look at a terrific snow level, which, well, it's usually Nintendo levels here, and I'm not sure if everyone praises this as much as I do, but I very much enjoyed Paper Mario's Chapter 7, A Star Spirit on Ice. It holds the last Star Spirit in the original game. It's basically the last challenge before you go to Bowser's Castle. And you can tell by the chapter name, it's a snow-based level. You start in Shiver City, traverse Shiver Mountain, and end up at the Crystal Palace. This chapter covers a range of different stages that are covered in a winter wonderland. I truly believe this level is fantastic, and I am more than happy to give it its praise. I usually break down these videos and kind of the reasons why the level is great, but because this level ranges so much in the different stages, I think it'd be good to look at each of them individually, and then sum up how they all create this awesome level. So enough blabbing, let's get into it. So the first thing you come across is Shiver City, but even before then, what I like is you finally get to the end of the Toad Town sewers. You've been making progress in the sewers the entire game, but it's not until this very end you get to the last room, which takes you to the warp pipe to Shiver City. Oh, and you also find a little shortcut up to this house that you cannot enter for ever since the end of Chapter 1. You've always wanted to enter, but you cannot enter. But now you can finally enter it. So that alone, you're already feeling pretty excited for this level, and you can see here in this last stage, it's pretty icy. So it gives you a little bit of a foreshadowing of what to come. So here we are in Shiver City. It's not the biggest village of all, it basically has 3 stages, and it's all penguins who live here. Who else I saw their mayor just die. Mario finds the mayor too, which is a bit awkward. He becomes prime suspect number 1, but it actually makes for a pretty fun level. We have to find out where the murderer is. Or at least who the top suspect here is, because you get one name on the present. And you do find him in a secret little hideout in his house, which, yeah, again, is pretty fun to find. And turns out the mayor's not actually dead, so all this was kind of useless. But all that said and done, you can then move forward to the next parts of the level, which technically there is another village in this section. First you have to take on Junior Troopa, who has learned magic and also continues to learn how to lose. And you face the monster. Who really isn't that strong. The other village is only one stage, but it's Starborn Valley. This is the place where all the Star Kids are born, where they eventually grow and then can ascend to Star Haven, the home of the spiritual stars. Yeah, this part right here kind of ties into the overall theme of the game, where you're hunting for those spiritual stars who've been kidnapped from Bowser. This is where they all grew up, this is where they all started. It's kind of this little side village just off from Shiver City. It all kind of interconnects with the whole point of the game. And just like that, you're only in the first part of the level, but you've already established what this chapter can be all about, and how it can tie to more of a major theme of the game. I very much just love this chapter already, and we've only done one of the 3 sections so far. So between the 2 villages, you probably noticed this line of snowmen. They're about to assault you in the world's most one-sided snowball fight. Let's go! Now they actually protect the path to Shiver Mountain and the Crystal Palace. Get the bucket and scarf from each of the village representatives, and off you go to Shiver Mountain. This is the next part of the level. It is a challenge to see if you are worthy to ascend to the legendary mysterious Crystal Palace. The music changes beats, it picks up the tone, as things are getting more serious for the hunt of the last spiritual star. The challenges do too, although I look back and realize there aren't that many of them. But it ain't Everest, it's a much shorter climb than that. I'd say there are 2 key puzzles to solve here. One is you run into your first doppelganger, or they are called duplicos in this game. But yeah, it shows the exact copy of your pal Cooper. It begins to really emphasize the mysterious theme of this level, on what is real and what is fake. The illusions begin to grow as you journey up this mountain. He ain't hard to beat, just take him up back and jump on him and stomp him a few times. The other part is kind of more of a level design illusion. As you get to the top, you must find the hidden cove where you run into another Merlin type character. Similar to a Steven Seagal movie, she puts you to sleep. But it also gives you the key to open the path to the Crystal Palace. Ascend the path and you find the final stage of this level. So reflecting on Shiver Mountain, it's fairly quick, and probably the quickest part of Chapter 7. But it transitions from the village challenges to the palace challenges quite well. You aren't solving silly murders or fighting spooky monsters, but instead begin to ascend and solve mysteries that truly make you question reality. What's fake and what's real? What's an illusion and what is the answer? And that point is further realized when you venture into the Crystal Palace. The whole palace revolves around an illusion. You see when you enter there's this giant mirror in the background. It goes over the entire level. But as you progress further, you notice things are off. Like right here in the mirror, the world doesn't go boom boom when the real world does. And you find out that the mirror is just an illusion and the palace is split into 2 halves. Duplicate ghosts are mimicking your every movement on the other side to make it appear like it's a mirror. Now I love this shit. It allows the level layout itself to expand to a much bigger level and becomes a puzzle itself. You gotta solve things on one side to progress on the other side. Do something in the real side and it affects the mirror side. You have to solve this and you can get all the way to the end of the last room where there's actually no mirror at all. Like, I didn't realize there's no mirror in this room until like my 5th gameplay. I had to keep exiting room and going back in the other door. It's just a complete waste of time. I was not really that smart back then. And you know the end of this palace needs a boss, which of course is this magical icy illusion. This is the Crystal King, gotta say it's one of my favorite bosses out there, and what his main move is creating 2 holograms himself, and you must pick the right one. Yeah, it's very important to have like good attacks to attack multiple enemies, so you can always get the correct answer, because if you don't, he has a very powerful attack to launch at you, which can really tip the battle in his favor. Oh, it's also important you dodge his attack too. Yeah, because then you'll be frozen when he does that attack, and it's really miserable. I'm really bad at dodging the attack, so basically I just use Cloud9 and completely rely on it the entire fight. I still enjoy the fight though. It's probably one of my favorite in the game. Hell, the entire series. And that caps off this level quite well. It's an icy wonderland that's really all about mystery and illusion. And it makes you question what is real and what is not. The only way forward is by getting that answer right. Without freezing your butt off, that is. So you start with the mystery of how a mayor can take a nap on the floor, to finding a path to the beyond mysterious palace, to having that whole palace be based on an illusion of wondering what is true and what is a lie. The challenges you face to progress is so smoothly and well developed in this level. I thought when I would get to the end of this, I'd be talking more and emphasizing more about how it's just a great snow level, but really snow is just kind of a great aesthetic here. It's about the mystery and the illusion of what's going on. And I'll say it too, these themes you hear in the background, all great winter themes right here. And also all play perfectly with how you ascend to get further into this level. But in the end, it's the pacing of the illusions that wins this level over for me, giving you more tricky challenges as you become more accustomed to what they're all about. So here in Winter Month, I am very happy to give Chapter 7 its well-deserved praise.